Hey everybody, Jobn from the Time Pals here. Just wanted to give a shout out to my partners over at Legendary Supplements and the Legendary Legion. Their Crack and Intense Focus Blizzard Mojito flavor is something I've been using all week to focus on my work and get it done quickly and efficiently. It is a nice, cool, citrusy blast and provides a nice, clean energy that focuses on mental clarity as opposed to physical energy. So no crash, no jitters, and the benefits speak for themselves. I definitely suggest you try it, and we have a code for you to try at checkout. Just punch in Time Pals.
Late nights and cheap wine, we gather around the mic, just killing time. Tales of glory days, now long behind. A podcast of dads who lost their minds. We reminisce on the good old days when we had hair and our bodies didn't age.
All right, we ready?
Now we're just middle-aged guys.
Yep.
All right. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba. Oh shit! I forgot the theme song. The time is upon us again. That time every 4 years, when athletes from around the world gather together and collectively say, "Hey, watch how fast I can run! Did you see how high I jumped? I can swim to the other side of the pool. Watch! Are you watching? You're not watching me!" And we all have to just say, "Yeah, buddy, I saw it. Wow, that was really great." Welcome to a Time Pals Minisode. Today, we're going for gold in bandwagoning and talking about the Olympics. I'm Nickell, the fourth place medal no one talks about. Joining me is the world record holder in duck-sized horse kicking, both for height and distance, Jobn.
Yeah, I'm still not happy with that medal because I got third place, but there was only one other person in the competition with us.
Maybe next Olympiad. And he's a silver medalist in fighting the armies of Xerxes. It's ShadoSpartan.
I actually learned go for the gold is trademarked by the Olympics, so be careful not to use that in any kind of marketing.
Oh, so just like, what about like attempt for the not silver?
Yeah, as long as just they've trademarked just that phrase, go for the gold.
Fuck off and grab the gold. Like, there's all sorts of, we go anywhere with it, like the increasingly like intense, like, oh, I can't believe it's not butter. Like, no, fuck you, this is margarine. Like,
All right. Should I change it? We're trying not to suck. Does that work?
I'm trying not to suck
Does
for
that
my
work?
whole life.
No, I think.
Wait,
people
did we say
it.
go for the gold at some point?
Going. I said going.
No,
going.
you added the
Okay.
ing. That,
all right.
that,
So
let's
let's hope.
see.
Oh God.
They also trademarked all of the tenses for it too. Going for the gold, gone for the gold.
Goodness.
We're gonna be
You
in
got me
trouble.
worried now. Oh my God, they're gonna come after us, man.
Nah,
because
That's fine.
I actually heard Logan Paul's getting sued by the U.S. Olympics because he used the phrase "going for
Oh!
gold."
Okay,
that's something that
okay.
benefits. No. That's something that benefits the world, though. So yes, good for you, Olympics.
We are not.
You, do you have a GoFundMe? I'll donate to your legal fees at this point. Like, fucking hell, I'm in. Well, here, let's do this. I'll say the phrase we're not supposed to say so that the Olympic Committee can sue us, and then we give them the money to sue Logan Paul.
More direct.
Like our
route to channel the money.
our lawsuit funds their lawsuit against Logan Paul.
All proceeds go to the lawsuit.
Okay, big
To the
question.
fuck Logan Paul fund.
Big question is, Do I need to say something else, or can I just, pass it on to
Nah,
Jobin?
I think we're
That's fine,
okay.
dude.
I think we're
You
okay.
don't think the
I'm just.
Olympic Committee's going to come after us?
Nah,
I
I
don't. I
doubt
don't.
it.
I don't think so.
We're not big enough just yet.
No.
Yeah, not
Okay,
yet.
all right. Phew.
Logan Paul's got money, so that's why they're going after him.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Jobin, why don't you take the first topic?
Sure. So with every good opening as you provided to a podcast, with every Olympics, there is a wonderful opening, and it is almost impossible to look at all of these decades of Olympics and just say, "Hey, these are the best openings." So, or rather, the best parts of the openings. So I will say these are the best parts of the openings to me. And I'm going to start with one from this year just because it kind of blew my mind, but also the way that they did it was really awesome. I'm not sure if you guys saw the opening to the Olympics, but it was the Les Mis into Gojira into Habanera from Carmen.
This is so cool.
And it was just like the clip from like theater, like a stage show, and then it flips to an actor or actress playing a decapitated Marie Antoinette, and then just Gojira just with pyrotechnics just going crazy, hanging off the side of this building, and then an amazing, I don't know what's the proper term. I don't know if there's a differentiator between like a female opera person and a male opera person, but and then this fucking amazing woman on a boat being pulled through, just singing part of Les Mis and then going into Habanera from Carmen. And I'm not like a super theater nerd, but like I grew up going to like some Broadway and off-Broadway stuff, so I developed a little bit of like
Right. Well,
being a
Stage
fan of that.
performances
I
or
mean,
musicals.
like yeah, I grew up with musicals. Like
we grew
my
up with Looney Tunes,
you know,
so I mean,
yeah, what's opera
Right.
doc? Hell yeah,
that
Close
that
enough.
gave
That's an
us
amazing
that gave
one.
us a love for classical music just through Looney Tunes. But I don't mean to digress.
No. If you don't, it's like 3 minutes long, so I won't ask you guys to watch it as part of the podcast. But you guys should absolutely check
Absolutely
it out
sounds
because
amazing.
it is. It really like it's the first like true like metal band that isn't like fucking Kiss or something.
Oh, okay. So I
in-
saw some of the opening ceremonies, and I saw some of the metal band, and
Yeah, that's Gojira.
okay, and I saw like pictures of like I don't think I saw exactly the clip that you're talking about, the portion of the opening ceremonies that you're talking about. I mostly saw like the parade, the parade of boats
Oh, okay.
and stuff. But yes, that does sound amazing.
It really is. It was a cool change, and then they did it in a way where it wasn't just. I don't know. It fit in really well with all of the pomp and circumstance of the fucking opening of the Olympics. Like it just kind of slid right in. Gave
Right. And
banana the tail piped them, and then just kept going.
Carmen is definitely one of my more favorite like operas. I've never seen it, but
Oh yeah,
it's some of my favorite music from an opera.
absolutely. It's beautiful music. And then I think the kind of the opposite, because I picked two opening items just because, again, I wanted to talk about openings. It's the London 2012 Olympics, which there was two parts that I loved, was the pretending that the Queen was parachuting out of a helicopter. So I don't know if you guys saw
Nope,
that one, but
missed
then
that one too. But I'm gonna watch
you
that.
missed that. Oh yeah, there was somebody in, and then the Mr. Bean playing as part of the opening orchestra for it, and it's one of those things that only and I don't think it's necessarily Mr. Bean so much as it is Rowan Atkinson just being kind of Mr. Bean adjacent. But like it's something that only he could do as perfectly as he did, with just, no dialogue. It's just a whole orchestra playing around him, and the camera keeps kind of zooming in and zooming out on him, and it's all body language and facial expression. Right. And it was just a fucking hilarious surprise, and it's still in my top Olympic moments.
Okay.
Yeah. I would definitely say to take a look at that too. I mean, realistically, like the entire London opening was pretty awesome, and it was pretty. It was just good music. They did some fun stuff with it. I mean, I won't say that it was the best opening, but like it was solid. It was solid.
I mean, some people would say the '96 Atlanta Olympics was explosive. Bad joke. Sorry.
Do you want me to keep going through all of my stuff? Or do we want to like pass back and forth?
Shoot. I mean, we're only at what, 10:30?
Yeah.
Keep going.
Okay, if you want.
All right. So then the other things that I have are just a couple of fun moments. Actually, two of them are more funny moments from the openings. Two of them are events, and then one of them is an actual closer moment for the Olympics. So I'll do the other two kind of funnier opening moments. I don't know if you guys have seen any clips from I believe it was the Olympics in Seoul in 1988. Well, if you haven't, so for part of it, there was a lot of doves, and
I think I heard this one.
Yeah, many of these doves were sitting on the yet to be lit Olympic torch.
Oh, I heard about this one. Yeah.
And so they're sitting there, and it's like a slow lift with the people with their individual torches up to the top of the big one so that they can reach over and light it. And you see a couple of birds flying away, but there's like, I don't know, like a solid 12 to 15 birds that just think this is a giant bird bath. And then those torches,
do they know?
Those torches hit, and woof.
No.
Yeah, it's some roast doves at the Seoul 1988 Olympics.
Oh my god!
Oh man,
that's like Randy Johnson.
Yeah,
Randy Johnson hitting that bird in the preseason.
An amazing freak accident that lives in history, even with people who aren't like super into baseball or anything like that. Like, I've talked to people who are just like, oh yeah, I remember when that dude hit the bird when he was pitching.
Yep.
That's crazy, because I've never heard of that.
Yeah, it's not like it was like a big scandal. I mean, I'm sure PETA was pissed off, but also like if you fart on a grapevine, PETA is pissed off.
No, but I've never heard of that, and like that's crazy.
I'll if you Google it, you'll find it.
Yeah.
But I can also send you a video. It's I don't know. I wonder if the people who were lighting the torch, because it's the big torch is kind of at face level, a little higher than face level rather. Like the lip of the torch is probably, I don't know, 6 to 8 inches above their heads, and then they reach over there with their hands, with their little handheld torches. I wonder if any of them had any idea that happened until they got down and someone was like, dude, you just roasted like 15 doves.
I'm sure they could smell the barbecue.
I'm sure they could too. I wonder. Well, no, I won't get too dark on it. I was going to say, like, do birds scream? I don't know.
It would have been worse if they tried flying. You just see these flaming birds everywhere.
Oh
that
God,
would have been
just like flying out
heartbreaking to watch.
just into the parade. Oh no.
Oh man.
We ready to move on to Dom?
Yeah, if you guys want to, and I can do.
ShadoSpartan.
I want to save the one I have from the closing of the Olympics, like an Olympic closing show moment for the end, because I think, I don't know, it makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fitting.
it's worth a mention.
Very fitting.
It's worth a mention. Okay. Do you want me to just do like a couple of them or try to go through all of them?
Just go into it, man.
Okay.
Just start and like check in after like 3 or 4 and we'll see where we're
Okay.
at.
Well, I'll start off with the current Paris 2024. You guys hear about, you know, how the water is polluted, and at first swimmers couldn't be in it because, you know, there's too much poop in the water.
E. coli, but yes. Technically E. coli. But yeah, essentially the same thing.
But then I guess yesterday they said, hey, it's within levels. We can swim in it, which I would be very skeptical. And after, I guess, the first triathlon, there was Canada's Tyler Mislawchuk. I don't know how to say his last name. He stumbled through the finish line and then proceeded to vomit moments later. Now, it could have just been he was very tired after exerting his body to its limit, since the triathlon is a 10-kilometer run, 40-kilometer bike ride, and 1.5-kilometer swim. But I'm sure that polluted water wasn't helping his body.
Some of that water got in his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. Just, I mean, I don't know. I try and keep my mouth shut when I swim, but, you know, we all know that.
Yeah,
it
no, you know you got a bad plan when you're like,
all right.
oh, it rained.
I mean,
we can't. We can't have you guys in this river.
Right.
What do you think is worse though? Knowing that you're at a water park and it's like 500,000 parts per million of child pee to water?
I would take
or
chlorinated
that
water
river?
any day.
Oh.
Yeah.
I would take chlorinated water.
Oh,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, definitely. With what they were saying about the river sand, I would not. I wouldn't go swimming in that. I'll take water.
Oh, no, sir. Especially if it's
In
like,
one day,
in one
it's all
day,
better.
somehow the levels, you know, got within whatever levels it is.
No.
It's like, it's not perfectly clean. It's just acceptable
Absolute
levels
minimum.
for people to be
No,
in.
I'll take Waterworld any day of the week.
Right. Okay. Next one. We're going to Tokyo 2020. They had many controversies going on, but I figured I'd focus on just one that I thought was the dumbest one. Copyright infringement. Their main logo for the Tokyo Games had a T symbol on it, but it turns out that there was another company, Theater de Liege in Belgium. I'm sure I didn't pronounce that right. They had pretty much the same T logo, and Japan claimed that Japan claimed that Belgium's T logo wasn't trademarked, but Japan claimed that their logo was completely different because they put their red circle right next to the T, and that made it completely different.
I
mean,
now we're getting into copyright law.
It had a.
That's a tricky.
Right. If you just change it, just slightly, it's not plagiarism.
That's like
exactly. That's why when you copy somebody's homework,
that's
you change
an
it
entire
just
country
enough
making the Vanilla Ice argument that they didn't copy.
Right. It's not
they
the
didn't
same.
copy under pressure. No, you see, it's dun 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 dun. You see, it's different.
It goes up here.
Right. No, we placed a red dot. That's not copyright.
All right. Next one, we got Rio 2016. Because I'm a sadist, I have to mention French gymnast Samir, who broke his leg on the first day. It's really bad to watch, but it's one of those where they run at the jumping board, then they have to like touch the mat or something, then they do like a bunch of flips, and then they have to land. Well, when he landed, he snapped his leg, and it's one of those, the leg is just kind of flopping there, and it's almost like perpendicular with his leg. And it's unfortunate Mike is not here, because I was going to say, just like Sid Justice from WCW, Mike. And he would know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, dude.
I'm sure, do you guys
I don't know
that?
about either of those videos, but
Yes.
I can tell you firsthand, not firsthand like I broke my leg, but seeing a broken leg video is like so visually traumatizing to me.
Mm-hmm.
And like sometimes I don't know how they make it through editing and stuff, but sometimes one will pop up on my feed, like TikTok, Facebook, whatever. It'll pop up and I'll be like, "Oh, what's this? Oh my god!" Right?
Like, I didn't ask for this.
I wanted to see cute pet videos.
I mean, I remember when it happened to to Anderson Silva in the UFC when he did that leg kick, and you just see his leg wrap around the other guy's leg, and I was like, that doesn't seem normal. Like, it was, oh god. Fuck!
I'm tempted to watch.
God, it's giving me the shivers. Oh my god!
At the same time, I don't want to, but I do.
It's so fast. Oh god, no! Now I'm thinking about it. Something change the subject, please.
Okay. How about still related to legs, but not breaking legs? Beijing, 2008. Angel Matos, I think that's how it's pronounced, was competing in the bronze medal match of Taekwondo. He said he suffered a medical injury, and so he was allowed to leave, but you're only given a 1-minute break.
Oh, no.
But he didn't return in time, so the ref did his job and called the match. So Matos was given 4th place. When Matos did come back, he super kicked the referee in the face.
Yes!
This ended his career. He is now banned from the sport
was it
for
worth it?
life.
Probably. It was probably worth it.
in
Wait,
his mind.
this was Tokyo?
No, this is Beijing, 2008.
Oh my god!
I mean, you got to imagine somebody that's going to make that irrational of a decision. He's like, "Oh yeah, no, it was worth it. It was worth it. I'll do it again too.
Maybe
I'll do it again."
Well, it's great. Well, it's from what I
I'll fucking do it again.
From what I read about him, I think it was at the Sydney Olympics. He won gold in Taekwondo, and then whatever it was in 2004, he didn't. I don't know if he got silver or gold or something. So it's like he really wanted gold again, but here he was just competing for bronze.
Well, I mean, some people are like,
that happened. And
some
just
people,
thought, I'm going to kick this.
You're either going for gold or nothing. Oh, I can't say that. You are achieving to you are attempting to achieve a medal of gold nature or nothing, right? Because the copyright stuff.
Yeah.
If you're not first, you're last.
Okay. Let's see. Salt Lake City, 2002. This one I actually have 2 of them.
Oh,
that
nice.
happened in
Winter
Salt Lake
Olympics. All right.
Salt Lake City, they tried 4 separate times to host the Olympics. They finally got it for 2002. But later, it turned out they had bribed Olympic officials to get picked. And then it was later discovered that they had been bribing Olympic officials for the 1998 and 2000 games. So a lot of people lost their jobs after
You know,
that was found out.
I was at Squaw Valley when the Olympic torch passed through Squaw Valley on its way to Utah for those
Mhm.
games. So I saw the Olympic torch that year.
I didn't realize it started.
Well,
out
I mean,
here
it
just
goes
to
around the
go
world,
into Utah.
but I think
Yeah.
because I was in Squaw Valley
Oh,
here,
duh.
it was probably on its last legs before it got to Utah.
What year was it? Squaw Valley,
Yeah.
1960.
Yeah, but they ran it through Squaw Valley
Wow.
because they had it at Squaw. Way back then.
Oh yeah, because I went there for a Spartan race, and I saw the torch while I
nice.
was driving there. That's when I discovered, like, oh wow, the Olympics
They were
used
here
to be
once.
here.
They were in LA a couple times for a few summer games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're coming in
Did you guys?
28.
Oh, nice.
It's back in Salt Lake in 2034.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They're back in Salt Lake for the Winter Olympics again in 2034. Yeah.
All right.
I wonder if we'll
So,
hear about any
interesting.
corruption scandals or bribery stories.
Oh yeah.
I think they
Rich
learned their
people
lesson,
always
probably.
learn their lessons, right? And they never get corrupt again.
Yeah. Duh. Well, I mean, not if they're murdered in jail.
Goodness.
All right, and then the second story was in figure skating. Russia won over Canada, which I never saw either one's routine. So, from what I heard, everyone was surprised by it because everyone mostly agreed Canada had the better performance. Questions about the judge's decision were quick. Attention went to one judge, Marie Renee La Gourguenay. I think
Yeah,
that's
who
how you say
cares?
it.
It's
supposed to be
French.
She claimed she broke down after being confronted by the technical committee chair and was coerced into voting for the Russians. But then she later changed her statements to she genuinely believed Russia's performance was better than Canada's. It was a very odd situation.
Anytime Russians are
Suspicious.
involved,
Yeah.
it seems sketch.
So speaking of skating and the 2002 Winter Olympics, there is one other great moment. I'm sure the people in the event would not have considered it a great moment. I'm also not sure if the person who won gold feels like he deserved gold, but it was in the short track, the speed skating. Do you guys remember this?
Yeah.
Everybody crashed and allowed the dude from Australia who was 15 meters behind to just skate through the gold.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god! Like I don't know. I wouldn't want that medal. I would just be there like we should just start over. Like,
right? Can we redo this because I don't deserve it?
I sit on a throne of lies. No one's going to put me on the Wheaties box because I have a gold medal by default.
I am the person who is going to be like, hell yeah, I got this. Because guess what? Everybody else fell down. I didn't. That means I'm the best.
That is fair.
If everybody else falls down and you don't,
can't argue with it.
Does that not mean that you are the best? Come on.
Yeah.
Fair enough. You were the only one who didn't trip up at the finish line.
I remember there was a snowboarder who had like a similar approach once too. Where it's like a bunch of other people had fallen. So for her run, all she did on the half pipe was just go up and like touch the lip and then go down and then touch the lip and then go down. And it was just a completely no tricks run except for like she would like put her hands out or something. But because everyone else had fallen, I guess it was she did okay.
Okay. So, Yeah, you know what? I can tell this story real quick. This is my absolute favorite story from all of Olympics history, or at least modern Olympics history. Okay? So,
Hmm.
in the 1904 Olympics, in the marathon event, 1904, the Olympics were held in St. Louis. I think it was the first time it was held in America. Also coincided with the World's Fair. But there were 32 competitors, and only 14 finished the race. And we're going to look at a few main characters of this cannonball run farce of a race. First, we have John Masciani and Len Taunayane. They were both from South Africa, and while it wasn't really recognized at the time, they're probably the first black Africans to compete in an Olympics. Uh, then there's Cuban mail carrier Felix Carvajal. Now, on his way to St. Louis, he went through New Orleans, and he lost all of his money gambling in New Orleans. So he showed up to race in like a long sleeve shirt and long trousers and like walking shoes. And he ended up just cutting off his pants to make him shorts. Right.
You do what you got to do.
And finally, we got Americans William Garcia, Thomas Hicks, and Fred Lors. So this marathon started at like 3 in the afternoon, and it was like 92 degrees. Depending on, I've heard different accounts. There was either 1 or 2 water stations along this entire route. And some accounts say there was 1 water station at 6 miles and 1 at 12 miles. But most accounts say there was only 1 water station at 12 miles on this entire course, right? The course was also so dusty that William Garcia, an American, he died due to dust inhalation while he was running the race.
Dear God.
The first one to cross the finish line was American Fred Lors. But before he was given his medal, it was revealed that he rode in a car for 11 miles. He rode in a car for 11 miles of the race.
Just call the taxi.
So the gold medal, like obviously he didn't get it. So the gold medal went to the second place finisher, American Thomas Hicks, who finished the race while hopped up on a concoction of egg whites, brandy, and rat poison. that just his like trainers were giving him during the race.
Right?
And yeah, that concoction was it was supposed to be a stimulant, so you're not exactly wrong, Jobn. Anyway, so finishing fourth,
oh my God,
was our Cuban mail carrier, who might have finished sooner had he not found an orchard of, and again, here's conflicting stories. He found an orchard of either apples or peaches, but either way, he gorged on them and they were rotten. And so he got cramps and like took an hour-long nap. But he still finished fourth.
Jeez.
And then finally, there's South Africa's Tony Tonyani, he finished ninth, but again, reports were saying like he was a formidable runner, and he probably could have finished better had he not been chased a mile off course by wild dogs. So how nobody has written a movie about this clusterfuck of a marathon is beyond me.
No
we got
kidding.
Cannonball Run, we got Rat Race, we got all sorts of wacky stories about runs. But here's this real life one that like about a marathon.
About runs.
You know, like
I was like, I do have a lot of stories about runs,
but like, how's nobody written a movie about this yet? But to me, yeah, that's like the wackiest
Maybe
story
one
I've
day.
ever come across in the Olympics. The most entertaining one for me, at least.
I like that.
And then real quick, you guys want to run through like true or false of past Olympic events? And then I'll throw it back to Jobn for his closing ceremonies. So I was looking up past events, good. And I was like, this will be fun. So you guys just tell me if you think it was an event or not. Roller hockey.
No, but God, should it be?
Shadow? You think roller hockey was that a past Olympic event?
I want to say yes.
It was actually.
Like how long ago?
Really?
That was I think at the 92 Barcelona games. Technically, it was a featured event. So, I mean, I guess you're both not wrong or right. But it was an event at one point. I mean, just for a year.
They tried it
Tug
out.
of war.
Yeah, I think tug of war.
Jobn?
I don't know. Yeah, it probably was. They did some weird shit in the 20s.
It was for quite a few years, I think. It was like definitely in the early days of the modern Olympics. Architecture.
I feel like this is going to surprise me.
God.
I'm going to say no.
It sounds stupid enough like it was, though. That's the thing. That's where you're getting me with these. It's like, you know, it's like if there's competitions for the fucking that stupid cup stacking stuff that people.
Oh, there's like a pillow.
There's
a pillow fight competition.
Yeah, the pillow fight league. There's the pillow fight league.
Pillow fighting in an octagon. Yeah.
Like, why would there not be one for architecture? Architecture. I can't even talk. For architecture, it's yes, it was one.
Architecture was, I think, up until 1924.
Wow.
You could win a gold medal for.
But how would they do it? You would just draw it out or something? Oh,
I don't know.
Just something architecture up until 1924.
Olympic historian. Let's say taxidermy.
God, I wish.
No.
I wish it was. And yeah, that dude from Alaska that made that video years ago.
No, it's just Chuck Testa.
So what's your final decision, Jobn?
Yeah, no. Taxidermy wasn't, but it was.
Now, okay, you can't. There is a taxidermy Olympics, but
course there is.
Taxidermy is not an official Olympic event.
Okay.
I bet you Chuck Testa won the fucking taxidermy Olympics.
Hot air ballooning.
Yeah, I bet it was.
100%.
Yeah, early 1900s again. What about three-finger ball grabbing?
Three-finger ball grabbing.
There's a shocker
Yeah,
joke
trying
in
to
here
picture
somewhere.
it.
You guys are not wrong. It is a setup.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I'm picturing like, two fingers tickling and three
I
grabbing
don't
the
know
balls.
what you could do, but I'm going to say no.
Okay. All right. I'll tell you. Bowling was in fact a featured Olympic
Of
event.
course.
Oh, of course it was. Fucking, you see
How he
how fucking like, well, no, but how important bowlers
Right.
think bowling is. Of course, it was an Olympic event.
Yeah, I think what was it? I think it was the 1988 Olympics. They did bowling for 1 year. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Jobn, would you take us home with your closing ceremonies?
Yes. So this closing ceremony is it's one that ties to, I mean, like I said, one of my favorite opening ceremonies, which was from this year, or ceremony performances, which was the Les Mis and Carmen and Gojira and all that. But it was from the 2006 Olympics. And it was the closing ceremony's performance by Pavarotti, which, because of his cancer, turned out to be his last public performance ever. And he absolutely just killed it. And it was so great. And it was one of those weird things where it's like, well, I was 21 at the time, and I'm in that stage of just like, the only good music is fucking Metallica and punk rock and this and that. And I ate up every second of that performance.
Quale mio mistero è chiuso in me, il nome mio nessun saprà, no, sulla tua bocca lo dirò, quando la luce
So, like, it was beautiful. And then it's I don't know, it's almost more meaningful realizing, like, he was, I mean, riding that line, because it was only months afterwards that he died. So, like, either he really mustered all of his strength to get this done, or he declined really, really fast after. But, like, either way, like, if you have a couple minutes, like, amazing fucking performance to close out the Olympics.
Yeah. 2006?
2006.
That would, was that winter?
2006? Yeah.
Yes,
Winter Games?
2006 was
Yeah.
Winter Games, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll look it up for sure. I appreciate your appreciation for classical music, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
And I can definitely appreciate the emotion that the classical music can bring out in you. Yeah, because that can do it to me too.
Yeah, that's a whole, like, I wanted to sit and have a conversation with you guys once on like, do an episode about music and just talk about, like, how tastes have changed over the years for each of us, because like I definitely appreciate so much more music now, but that's a whole different, longer conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
That's another episode.
Yeah.
All
right.
And I think with that we can close this minisode. of the first Time Pals Olympiad, and we will say
That's
goodbye.
what we need to do, a Time Pals Olympiad. It's hard to talk over you, but just like the thought of us like creating either like lazy dad versions of some of these games, or
like buy one of the video games and we all do, online play and see who's the best Olympian.
Who's
NES track and field tournament.
Who's the most convincing at that was really fast. Anyway, we'll close it out here. Thanks for joining us, guys.